Let me ask ChatGPT what is data modeling in Power BI. So I'll go to ChatGPT. Let me ask what is data modeling in Power BI and let's see what it says. Yeah. So as you can see, it refers to the process of structuring and organizing data to create meaningful relationships and calculations to support the data analytics. Okay. So in data modeling, we are mostly focusing on creating relationships between different tables to create better graphics, to create better visualizations. Okay, so it also involves creating calculated columns and measures that we will also see. So we'll completely understand what is data modeling here in Power BI. So as you saw, it is useful to clean, reshape, and enrich your data so that we can create meaningful insights from your data. Okay, and it also involves creating relations between different tables. Okay, so let me quickly jump to my Power BI desktop where we are going to understand the data modeling process and the actual benefit of that. Okay, so before that, if you have not subscribed to our channel, I request you to please subscribe to encourage us to create such tutorials. So this is the Power BI desktop. If you have not downloaded it, you can download it from the Microsoft Store or from the internet. So I'll just connect to the data source. So either you can click on get data or I'll just use the recent source. So I have this Superstore Excel sheet which has this data from a Superstore. So as you see, we have three tables in this data store, and I'll just select all of them. So orders is basically the orders and all. Okay, so I'll take all the three tables. I'll quickly click on load. We are not going to transform the data. This may take a while. Let the data get loaded. Yeah. As you can see, it is loading the rows. So once the data is loaded, you will get the tables here from the data, and you can see the orders column, orders table is there, returns table is there, and the users table is there. Okay, so as you can see, the orders table has these many rows. Once you see this build visual screen here, that means your data is loaded. You can go to the table view and see the content of your data. Okay, at this point you can also make some calculated columns and measures here. Okay, so for example, if I try to create a new column here, so let's say we have this order date on 12th May and the ship date is 14th May. So I want to know the number of days of shipping. Okay, so we can create a column. So I'll just click on new column. I'll just change the name days of shipping, and that will be date diff. The first date will be orders from orders table, order, order date, and then the second date will be orders table, ship date, and then we have the interval. So interval will be in the day. So if I just press enter, it should show the number of days of shipping. So we get a new column. Okay, fine. So this is what we did here to create a new column. Okay, let me go to another table which is returns. You see here we have a status column which shows if the order has been returned and which are the orders that has been returned. So I'll quickly click on new column here. I'll create a new column. So let's say return equal to, so if the return table status is equal to returned, then I would say print yes, or else I would say print no. I see all of them are returned status, so they all will be yes. So we created a new column which says that order has been returned as yes. Okay. Also, if we go to the users table, here you can see the actually the region and manager should be the header. Okay. So that we can do in the data transformation, not in this after loading the data, but that also we can do. So if we go to here in the build visual, so now we come back to the visual and let's try to understand the relationship and data modeling. So if you go here to the model view, so you see there are three tables and there is no relationship defined. The orders and the returns table do not have any relationship. As we can see, here we have an order ID and here also we have an order ID. So that means we can build a relationship between them. Okay, you can always create a relationship by clicking on this manage relationships. Okay. Okay, before doing this, let me go to the build visual. At this place, I am taking a clustered column chart. Okay. At this point, I am taking the order ID, the sum of orders, that will give me the number of orders, and on the y-axis I'm, let's say, taking the city. Okay, not on here, on the y-axis. So I think the cities are very different. Okay, so I think we get different, so it should be the city on the x-axis and orders on the y-axis. If we do this, you can clearly see that highest number of orders has come from New York City. I'll just make the visual better. Let me just go to visual and then effects. I'll just give it a visual border and shadow. And also if you go to visual and go to general, title, and here if you just click on this divider, it will give you a heading here. Okay. So you can see here the number of orders from the New York City is the maximum, and you can see the number of orders is decreasing on other cities. Okay. Let me take one more. Let me take a filter here that will decide whether the order is a returned order or a not a returned order. Okay. So I'll just take this return status from this return table, not from the orders table. So I'll just take this here. Okay, or return we have created. We can also take the status. So if I take this, so now if you see this is a filter. Okay, so if I select this, it's not changing, it's not affecting my visual. I want to only list out the orders which has been returned from a particular city. Okay, so it's not working because there is no relationship defined between orders and returns. Okay, let me go ahead and go to the model view where you can create relationships between tables. Okay, so here you can see there is an order ID, and in the returns also we have an order ID. So to create a relationship between these two tables, you can simply drag this order ID from here and place it to the order ID of the other table. If you do this, it will open this page. The same page will open if you click on manage relationships. So here you see the from table has the field selected as order ID. The to table again returns as a field selected as order ID. Okay, and this will be a many to one relationships. Okay, because there will be like there can be a chance that one order. So here you can see this is a many to one relationship. So let me just first of all build the relationship, then we can understand this. So once you click on save, it will create a relationship between orders table and the return table. So I am just creating this relationship. It's taking some time. So based on your internet connection, it does not require internet connection, but based on your system performance, it may take some time. So, I mean, yeah. So of course, the system performance and your RAM should be, enough to perform these tasks. So I think this is taking some time. Let me try one more time. Let's try to close this. Okay. So I think I see the relationship has been built. Okay, so as you see here, there is a one to many relationship between return and order. So from returns it is one, and from orders it is many. Okay, so there is a chance that one order can be returned multiple times. Okay, so the relationship is built. Fine. So I'll quickly go to uh, data view here, the report view. Yeah. So as you can see, the relationship has been built. You can also go and go to the manage relationship, and you can create. You can see the active relationship. You can also make it inactive. You can just select it, and make it inactive also. Okay. Or maybe you can delete the relationship. You can switch to inactive. Okay. So we have simply built the relationship. Fine. As you can see, from returns to orders, we have one to many relationship. Okay. Fine. So we'll go to report view now, and now you can see we have this visual that we have built. And now if I let me try and click on return filter and see what is happening. This is just right in front of you. Now when I select a return, the number of orders are listed out here that are return stage. Okay, so we can clearly see that from Los Angeles we have 4 orders that has been returned. From Seattle we have 4. Again from Philadelphia we have 3, and New York 2 likewise. Okay, and if we deselect this, we get all the orders. Okay, you can also create a legend here. In the legend portion, we can go and take this status and drag to the legend. If I do this, see, in each section we have, in each city we have 2 values based on the legend. So one is the one which is not returned, and the other one is the return. So from the New York City, we have 45 orders which are successful, not returned, and 2 orders which are returned. This gives me a clear picture of the orders which are returned and which are not returned. Again, from Los Angeles we have 4 orders returned. So maximum you can see has been returned from Los Angeles, and these all orders have not returned any order. Okay, so this is the way. So this was what we were able to do this only because we built a relationship between the 2 tables. And if you go back uh, to the relationship and just click on manage relationships. So here if you select this and make it delete, or maybe we just delete the relationship and see what is happening. So as you can see, the relationship has been deleted. So now if you go to the report view, we get a message that cannot determine the relationship between the fields because there was no relationship between orders and return table. Go back here, and I'll just simply drag this order ID to order ID of the return and just save this. It may take some time based on your system performance. Go back to the report view and you see now again the relationship is active and you get a better understanding. So the only use of creating relationship is to build a better visual, and we can do that using data modeling. So I hope the data modeling concept is clear to you and it can be useful for you. Thank you for watching.